Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about module number 1. Here we are going to discuss about the factors affecting the sag in overhead lines and calculation of sag at different levels. Let us see that factors affecting the sag in overhead lines. So majorly the factors affecting that sag in overhead lines are, the first factor is weight of the conductors, the second one is length of the span, and third one is working tensile strength, and the fourth one is temperature, and the fifth one is safety factor. So let us to discuss about each and every factor individually. So the first factor is called as weight of the conductors. As we know that sag formula, that is S is equal to WL square divided by 2T. So in this formula, sag is directly proportional to weight of the conductor because S is equal to W. So it is directly proportional. More the weight of the conductor, then more the sag, which is measured in kg per meter. Then similarly one more factor called length of the span. The length of the span, that is sag is directly proportional to the span length because sag formula S is equal to WL square. Therefore sag is directly proportional to span length. With increased length, there is a weight of the conductor also increases. Higher the value of span length, then higher the sag, which is measured in meters. The next factor is called as working tensile strength. Working tensile strength, if I want to discuss about that working tensile strength, if you see that formula of sag, S is equal to WL square divided by 2T. That means sag is inversely proportional to tension or working tensile strength, which is measured in kg. Next one is temperature. The length of the conductor increases with change in temperature according to positive temperature coefficient. There are two temperature coefficients. One is called positive temperature coefficient, another one is negative temperature coefficient. According to positive temperature coefficient, as the temperature value is going to increases, automatically the length of the span is going to increases. Therefore there is a more temperature. Therefore sag 2 will increase, which measured in degrees centigrade. That means as temperature is going to increases, the sag is also going to increases. Next factor is called as factor of safety or safety factor. It is defined as the ratio of ultimate strength strength on the conductor to its working stress is called as safety factor. These are the 5 factors of overhead transmission lines, factors which are affected due to the sag in overhead transmission lines. The next one, calculation of sag at different levels. Now we are going to discuss about calculation of sag at different levels. In many situations, ground level supports are not even or not at the same level because, for example, if you take while we are crossing that some hills, small hills, or while we are crossing some rivers, by that time the land is not at all at the same height. There are some up and downs in the land. Due to that one, what happens means if there is a up and downs because of river crossing, because of small hills crossing, then by that time if we are going to calculate the sag, which is at different levels, because the ground level is not same. The ground level before crossing the river is at one height. The ground level after crossing the river is at another height. While we are crossing the hills, ground level is also not same. It is somewhat slope while we are crossing the small hills. So ground level is not support. Thereby, what about that sag during that case? So if you are going to discuss very clear, okay, where the ground level is not same. For example, if you take while we are crossing that a small amount of hills during that interval, let us assume that tower A is at this place and tower B at some height of the place, and there is a sag of the conductor which is considered at here, and the sag of the conductor is represented with pink color here, and O is nothing but origin of this conductor, and x1 is nothing but distance from supporting structure A to point O, and x2 is the distance from supporting structure B to point O. Therefore the sum of x1 plus x2 total distance is equal overall length of the conductor or overall sag of the conductor, that is capital that is L, and S1 is nothing but sag with respect to point O and tower A height, and S2 is nothing but the sag with respect to point O and tower B. The difference of these two sags, that is S2 minus of S1, is equal small h here. Therefore let us assume that L is equal span length and h is equal difference in levels between two supports, and x1 is nothing but distance of support at lower level, that is capital A here x1, and x2 is nothing but distance of support at higher level, that is capital B from O, that is here, and capital T is nothing but tension in the conductor, because of the presence of sag there is a tension on the conductor. The tension on the conductor, either it is because of weight of the conductor, either it is because of ice which is coated on the conductor, or it is because of pressure on the conductor. So anyhow there is a tension T on the conductor. So if W is nothing but weight per unit length of the conductor, then sag S1 is equal, we know the formula, Wx1 square divided by 2T. So sag S1 with respect to conductor A, sag S2 with respect to conductor B, S2 is equal Wx2 square divided by 2T. Here x1 plus x2 is equal L. As we know that x1 plus x2 is equal L from this figure, we can write mathematically x1 plus x2 is equal L, and we can take it as equation number 1. Again, the difference of these two sags, that is tower B sag S2 minus tower A sag, that is S1. Therefore S2 minus of S1 is equal, here I am going to take the W by 2T as common. The remaining equation, that is x2 square minus of x1 square, is the remaining function here. Therefore S2 minus of S1 is equal W divided by 2T of, this is A square minus B square. We can write the formula like A plus B into A minus B. In that form, here we will write that x2 minus of x1 into x2 plus of x1. As we know that from the given figure, that is x2 plus x1 is equal to L. If x2 plus x1 is equal to L means I can replace that x2 plus x1 with L in the next simplified equation, that is s2 minus of s1 is equal to W divided by 2T of x2 minus of x1 into L. Therefore, here I can multiply this L to W, then the simplified equation can become as s2 minus of s1 is equal to WL by 2T of x2 minus of x1. As we know that already the difference of these two sags is nothing but the height, that is h, from the given figure. Here we can notice that is h is the remaining height, whatever the difference we notice between that tower A height and to the tower B height. Next, therefore I would like to write in the place of s2 minus s1, that is equal small h. Therefore small h is equal WL by 2T of x2 minus of x1. Earlier we got one formula, that is x2 plus x1 is equal to L. Now once again here we got that one more formula, that is x2 minus of x1 is equal to 2th divided by WL. By solving these two equations, we can get that x1 is equal L by 2 of L by 2 minus th divided by WL. Similarly x2 is equal L by 2 plus th divided by WL. So anyhow here x1 and x2 simply is nothing but the sags like s1 and s2, where we can easily calculate it by using these formulas. In the entire derivation, if you notice here, that is S1. S1 is nothing but the sag with respect to that point O and to the tower A maximum height. Then similarly S2 is nothing but sag which is calculated with respect to point O and to the point B of its maximum height. So therefore here ground level is unequal. If the ground level is unequal, during that interval the sag what we are calculated, that is also different. The sag with respect to tower A, that is S1, mathematically represented as S1 is equal L by 2 minus th divided by WL. Similarly sag with respect to tower B, sag with respect to tower B, that is S2, we can say that the mathematical formula S2 is equal to L by 2 plus th divided by WL. So these two formulas where we are going to use means that is the only one case where the ground level is not equal and the height of the tower A and tower B is unequal. During that case, it is easily we can find out the sags with respect to tower A S1 and with respect to tower B S2 by using these two formulas, that is S1 is equal L by 2 minus th divided by WL and S2 is equal L by 2 plus th divided by WL. And one more thing here, if there is no difference at the ground level, during that interval there is only one sag which is related to the sag of this conductor, that is S is equal, we can write the formula like W L square divided by 2T, either with respect to tower A or with respect to tower B, both having that same formula, that is sag S is equal to WL square divided by 2T. So this type of formulas we can use where ground levels are unequal level. Thank you.